Hey besties, welcome back to my channel Sarani YT. And I think I should say welcome to my channel because there is no coming back. Ignore that. So here on this channel we are going to explore books. We are going to break through the stories. We are going to discuss characters, their character arcs, their development through the story, internal conflicts. I'm going to give you book reviews, book suggestions, and writing tips. And I'm going to share my work too, my poems and my short stories, my flash fictions and all of that. So that's all we are going to do on this channel. So feel free to watch whenever you like. And do drop one or two, like, comment. I don't know how to ask about it, but yeah, do it. Do it. Here we explore stories that matter. Welcome aboard, readers. Fasten your seatbelts for the most amazing journey of your life. Journey through fiction and fantasy. Today on this very first video on this channel, we are going to review It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. So, this book has come, I should say, recently. Not very recently, but of course recently. And there are many reviews already out there, so I don't think this video is a very demanded one. But still, I am going to enjoy this and I hope you do too. So besties, let's begin with some favorite quotes of mine from this book. So the very first one is, "Your friendship gave me worth. No one had ever asked me questions about myself the way you did." So I hope you enjoyed it because you should enjoy it. It's like very relatable for me. I have experienced this, so yeah, that's one thing. And the second quote that I loved from this book is, "There's this toxic belief that families should stick together simply because they're family." This is another quote that I could relate to, so hope you enjoyed that part. So now comes the most amazing part of the video. We are going to go through the character journeys of Lily, Riley and Atlas. So for those who have already read the first book, you will know who these three characters are. Let's begin from the very first character, that is Lily Bloom. So Lily Bloom's transformation has been from a woman who is afraid of a lot of things as a single mother plus businesswoman who is co-parenting with a man with anger issues, to a woman who is still afraid of things but strong enough to fight them.
That was a long sentence. I'm already tired. Hope you understood it.
After that, yes, so Lily's character Scream.
Face your fears.
So it's basically her transformation is from a woman who is afraid of things. So in life, it's not important to be fearless. It's important to be able to be strong enough to fight those fears. So Lily's character is practically a demonstration of that even if you have your fears, you need to be strong enough to fight them, to face them. So that's what this is about. Her character screams, "Face your fears." Lily's character takes some fear-based decisions in the beginning, but eventually she faces her fears, and that's all this is about. So moving forward, we have Riley Kincaid. So I hope I'm pronouncing their names right, but if I'm not, do feel free to correct me in the comments. So talking about Riley, I think this character was not justified in the book. Like from the beginning to the end of the first book to the end of the second book, Riley has always been portrayed as a broken man with anger issues. Like there's no change, no character arc, nothing changed within him. He's been always this man who is angry all the time. He's just angry. So that doesn't make sense. I hope you understand. So in the next book, I felt that I hope that the writer, Colleen Hoover, will justify this character, give him a happy ending too, or at least a sad ending. But he didn't have an ending at all. He was still at the beginning. So that's one thing I didn't like about this book. Riley's character was the antagonistic force of this book. He was the villain of their lives, and his story has not been properly explored, so that made the book a bit bland. It's like two characters and their love story, and just their love story, and a bit of background mess, and there was no reason for that mess. Like, Lily was afraid of Riley, but Riley rarely did anything in this book. So I hope that makes sense for those who have already book. You might have experienced the same thing, that Riley came in very few scenes, and that made the antagonistic force a bit bland, and that's where the book fell flat. For me personally, of course. So that was that about Riley Kincaid. Now the third character is Atlas Corrigan, and again I hope I'm pronouncing this name right. It's my greatest inferiority. I think I'm not pronouncing this right, but if I'm not, do feel free to correct me in the comments. I don't want to be a fool in front of everyone in the coming videos. I hope that makes sense. So Atlas Corrigan, now he has not been explored either. Yes, I know this book has been hyped up so much, so very much. Nobody talks about it in any other way than this book is amazing, this book is great. I know this is great. Personally for me, this book is enjoyable, but the characters are a bit bland. Again, Atlas Corrigan's backstory has been explored, something which was not there in the first book, but his character arc is not clear. Like, there is no fear, no misbelief from the beginning to the end. He is this saint with no mistakes. He never makes any mistakes. That's Atlas Corrigan, the perfect boyfriend. And that's all about him in this book. So I hope that there would be some arc for him too, like he makes some fear-based decisions and he learns from them, and then he, at the end of the story he's a better person. But that didn't happen. What happened is that he was a person in the beginning of the story and he was the same person at the end of the story. So that made no sense for me, but he did face his mom at the end, so maybe that counts for something. But yeah, of course, I felt that the characters could be explored more. That's my personal opinion about this book. Now let's see who can read this book. So what's the trope of this book? So basically anybody who is interested in young adult romance can read this book, and it's not a very romantic book. I mean, technically it's just, I don't know what this is. I'm the worst reviewer you can ever get, but still, yes. I don't know. This is a YA romance by genre, so anyone who's interested in that, feel free to read this book, but there are no triggers, so anyone can enjoy this book, literally anyone. And that's one thing about this book, it can bring you out of a reading slump. So if you are suffering from one, do prefer to read this book. That is all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and do visit again and again. You have promised. Don't ask me when, but you did promise. So do visit again and again. I'm waiting here for you, and bye-bye.